Hi there, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my channel, and today I will be going over one of many testimonies that I've had in my life. So, it all started, of course, in the comment section, and I know I shared a bit of one of my testimonies, but I think it would be better if I just make a video. So here we are. Welcome again. So hopefully I can keep it straight to the point. If not, there'll be a voiceover for sure. So pretty much when I was about 12 years old, I went, here, a little bit backstory. I had a grandfather. He was a veteran, and he was a veteran for Vietnam. So he fought in the Vietnam War, was honorably discharged and medically because he had shrapnel in his neck. So he already had health problems from being a young Vietnam veteran. Threw in a bomb into the pond water, and it was supposed to get rid of all the leeches and stuff. Didn't go as planned. Shrapnel went everywhere and just lodged an entire piece of metal this long in his neck. There's that. But getting older, with age, health kind of depletes if you don't take care of yourself. Everyday life. He was sent to the VA hospital. Now, I was only 12 at the time. He was my best friend, and I just remember us being on the highway, and my mom was driving her little Kia Soul, little Ratmobile, or the little hamster mobile, if you remember those ads back then. And all I remember was kind of like this. Kid you not, here's my mom. Hi, you're my mom. Just pretend. You're driving. I'm over here just looking out the window, just watching all the trees go by, just pretend there's trees going by, how we just are bored kids and we're just looking out the window, watching all the trees dance by, going super, super fast. And I just remember just staring out that window and thinking, what if this is the last time I see my granddad? And just all these thoughts just kept consuming me at that very moment, where I was just this is it. This is where I lose my granddad. I lose my best friend. I'm gonna miss him. I was already grieving before even knowing what was bound to happen. Little did I know, though. Little trick Jesus had up his sleeve. And I just remember sitting there and this, just like that. I was out of this body. When I say I'm out of my body, y'all, I'm not here. I'm in a whole nother dimension. I was not here. I could be talking to you, and if there was a split second of just me zoning out, I could be gone for 3 days, and then boom, I'm right back here. That's what I mean. It was a surreal moment. So all I remember is that, and it was just pitch black. Here we are. That black right there. Now come back. Okay, good job. Okay, I wasn't gonna leave you in the dark. Trust me. There's more to the story. And I was in a fetal position, and from what I recall, remember I had my knees up. I know you can't see my knees, but I was just kind of this, with my head down. And I just remember crying and feeling those emotions that I was feeling, because I was telling myself internally, not saying out loud, but internally, thinking, wow, this is gonna be it. This is it. I'm gonna have to say goodbye to my granddad. And I'm just bawling. And I remember having my head down, and then I look up. I'm not even looking up all the way. You know how you just get past that? I'm looking around in this pitch blackness. It was beautiful. Trust me. Take my word for it. Just like I mentioned in the comments, it was a sunset. You know how the sunsets, how it's orange, pink, all those beautiful colors? All of that just flooded the entire void I was in. And lo and behold, the very man stood before me. He literally just waltzed right on in. And I was oh, whoa. And it was a whoa moment. It was all those mushy, horrible, awful feelings I was feeling, just throw that out the door. All that went away. And I just remember I was still in the fetal position. I had not moved, but I'm freaking out like a rock star. I'm oh my goodness, I'm finally meeting him. And it just dawned on me. I literally thought he was just a man in the sky. I was 12 years old. I used to go to church. They used to spread the gospel as churches do normally, but at the same time, it just wasn't at all what I expected, because I had not ever had an experience like that, especially being out of the body. So, you don't normally have experiences like that, unless you do. But I just remember him coming up, walking up, and the very first things that I saw was like from his feet up to his knees. And you saw him come in, and he had sandals kind of like these, and it was very worn down, almost gone. And I mean, they were ancient too, so I knew this is the trend back then. We got some new trends now. But he was wearing those sandals. His feet were just dirty. Like, it was just straight up, like, mucked on, dirt, scraped up. You could tell he's been walking. You could definitely tell. It was definitely bruised up a lot. There was calluses. I could definitely see calluses. And you don't see that normally, not to the extent of nowadays. It was a lot. And then what really stood out the most was that even though his feet were completely worn out, and so were his shoes, his robe, on the other hand, was just pristine white. I have never seen a white like this. Like, I know we get snow up here, but like, think of like a glistening white to where like not even a speck of dirt would even dare to touch. Like, it was just beautiful. I can't really describe the whiteness of that robe, that like in any comparison of any white that I have around me at this point in time. But yeah, so like really, you get the whole gist. So I just remember looking up past my knees, above my knees, and I just couldn't look up at him. Like, I just could not raise my gaze up at him, because I just didn't feel worthy. And it was so much. That feeling is so intense. Like, you're just like, ooh, like rock star moment, but like really intense to where it's just like, whoa, I can't look, like that kind of thing. Not like, oh, you're scaring me. No, it was like, oh, I'm not worthy. I am not worthy. Like, it's like there was a whole respect in a way of like, this is immense. It was very immense. It was way out of this world that I can even describe in words. And I remember, how how I'm talking to you now, my lips are moving. They're just going. Nope. None of that ever happened. All I remember was I looked up, saw him approach me, and he came down, and because again, I haven't moved yet. He just came down. I remember him, his arms came down. He wrapped himself right around me, gave me a big ol' hug, and he said, and it reminisced in me, he said, I love you. And I kid you not, it was the best way. I'm trying to find something I can use. Okay, hopefully I don't spill my drink. I have like some water with some hydration stuff. I double cupped it. Don't scream at me. But it's like taking like a cup like this, and like not water, but like honey. There we go, honey. Take like pure sweet honey, if you're not allergic, I mean. Sorry, I just want to point that out, because I know some people are. But just take that as a comparison. You're the cup. Here's you. You're you. And just pour it with honey, and just keep pouring it. Don't stop. Let it overflow. It's sweet. It's pure. It's thick. It's sticking. It ain't going nowhere. It don't matter how much you try to remove it off you, it's gonna stick, and it's gonna stay. And it just keeps going. It doesn't stop. That's his amount of love for you right now. He loves you. You're this cup, and he loves you. And that honey is just keeps flowing. It does not stop. That is my understanding. That is my understanding, and has been ever since I've been 12. And it's hard, because after he had said I loved you, it was just like that. And then I was right back in the car with the moving trees. And I was bawling. Y'all, my mom did not know what was up. She didn't know if I was just some hormonal 12-year-old just going through the flow. But no, I said, Mom, I met Jesus. She's like, oh, you did what? Yeah, I met Jesus. That is so awesome. She was actually pretty psyched. She actually started crying too. I had my mom bawling in the driver's seat. Mind you, she's the driver. She's trying to focus and not get too emotional. But that was definitely a very amazing experience I had, and I'm very glad he had done that for me, because without it, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what would happen if I had not had that happen, because I've gone through some stuff in my life that, had I not known that love existed, I don't know if I would have been able to keep carrying on as I have in my life. I know I'm only like 23, but 23 is still young, I understand. But at the same time, there have been times where, it didn't feel like life was worth living, and you're not alone. As well as, I'll share that for another day. I'll put it that way. I've had more testimonies and other things that have occurred in my life. But to keep it to what I'm trying to say is that he does love you. Whether, you believe or not, that love is forever there. It's not stored away for you to just meet him one day and then he'd be like, oh yeah, here's my love for you. There you go. No, it's there for you all the time. It doesn't stop. Like, even right now as you're watching, it is not stopping. He's pouring into you whether you know it or not. Because when you do see it and when you do feel it, it's gonna be an overwhelming sensation. I promise you. It's gonna be awesome. And if I'm just trying to think, like that's like the best comparison I can put it to. And I don't know, it just makes me warm and giggly inside, because talking about it gets me all hyped up. A lot of people have said, oh, you must have been like dreaming, or you're seeing things, or that didn't happen, or you're lying. I'm like, no, pretty sure it happened, because it did happen to me, and I was out of my body. How do I explain that? How do I just say, oh, I just was blooped, out of my body and then blooped right back in? Because that's how it was. So, but that is one of many testimonies I've had. Some other things have to do with, demons and miracles happening, and just things that could not be explained. You were to believe that, hey, he got me out of it. So that is my testimony of when I was 12 and I met Jesus. If that interested you at all, or inspired you, or just helped you kind of get through your day, or was a message you needed to hear today, that is awesome. I'm glad you were able to hear it. And if there's anything else that you want to talk about, or any of the testimonies that you're interested in hearing, absolutely share it down below. If you have something like a testimony kind of like that, or just meeting Jesus, or something even just as profound, share it down in the comments below. I would love to hear it. I do read your comments. I'm a new creator, so I'm watching. But absolutely. If you also need prayer too, drop that down below too. There are other people out there that go down in the comments and we see them. I go to other people's videos. I see those prayers. I pray with you. Okay? You're not alone. And when there's one and two people praying, God's there. So do what you do. But other than that, I love you guys. I hope you have a great night, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below, so that we can help get this channel going. But other than that, adios.